In this video, I'm going to show you how to read and write decimal numbers in standard form, word form, and expanded form. In the first example, we're given the standard form and we have to write the word form and the expanded form. To write the decimal number in word form, we're going to look at the whole number part of the number first, and the whole number is 95. So we're going to start by writing 90-5. Next, we have the decimal point, which separates the whole numbers from the decimal numbers. When we write in word form, we use the word and to take the place of the decimal. So we'll have 95 and. Finally, we'll look at the decimal numbers, and we're going to say them as if they're just a regular whole number. So looking at it, we're going to say the number 482, and we're going to write 480-2. Then look at the last decimal digit in the number, which is the 2 in the thousandths place, and whatever place value that digit is in, we're going to add that name to the end of our word form. So we have 95 and 482 thousandths. Now we're going to record the same number in expanded form. To do this, we're going to look at each number individually in its place value, and we're going to write it as an expression. So the 9 in the tens place is going to be represented as 9 times 10 because we have 9 tens. Then we're going to add the 5 in the ones place. So we're going to add 5 times 1. Then we'll add the 4 in the tenths place, which we can write two different ways. We can write it as 4 times 1/10 as a decimal, or we can write it as 4 times 1/10 as a fraction. Then we'll add the 8 in the hundredths place, which is 8 times 1/100th. And then finally, we will add the 2 in the thousandths place, which is 2 times 1/1000th. So the expanded form of the number is simply taking each digit and writing it as an expression of that place value. In the next example, we're given the word form of a number, and we're going to rewrite it in standard form and expanded form. To write the word form into standard form, read the word form to yourself, 629 and 207 thousandths. Start by recording the whole number. It's everything before the word and. So record the number 629. Then for the word and, we're going to write a decimal point. Next, we'll write the decimal part of the number. After and is 207 thousandths. So we're going to write the number 207, and we have to make sure that 207 ends in the thousandths place. So it will be 207. Next, we'll record the same number in expanded form. Start with the greatest place value, which is the 6 in the hundreds place, and we're going to rewrite it as 6 times 100. Next, we have the 2 in the tens place, which we'll represent with 2 times 10. Then we're going to add the 9 in the ones place, which is 9 times 1. Then we'll add the 2 in the tenths place, which again, you can either write as a decimal or a fraction, which is 2 times 1/10. There are no hundredths because there's a 0 in the hundredths place, so you do not need to write an expression for the hundredths place. And finally, we have a 7 in the thousandths place, which will represent with 7 times 1/1000th. And in the final example, we're given the expanded form and we need to write it in standard and word form. To write the standard form, I find it very helpful to get a place value chart and plug in the digits. If you don't have a place value chart, you can use a scrap piece of paper and just create your own little chart. The first expression is 4 times 100, which means there are 4 hundreds. We're going to type a 4 and make sure that it's in the hundreds place of our number. Next, we have 1 times 10, so there is one group of 10, or a 1 in the tens place. So we have 4, then a 1, plus we have 5 times 1, which is 5 ones, or 5. So our whole number is going to be 415. The next digit is a decimal number because it's 7 times 1/10, so we're going to put a decimal point after the 5 ones. After the decimal point, we're going to put our 7 in the tenths place of the number. Then we have 9 times 1/100th, so we will put a 9 next in the hundredths place. And finally, we will type a 2 in the thousandths place for 2 times 1,000th. The standard form of the number is 415.792, which we would read as 415 and 792 thousandths. Now that we have the standard form, we can write this in word form. Read the number to yourself, and we're going to begin by writing the whole number. The whole number is to the left of the decimal point and is 415. Next, write and to represent the decimal point. Then look at the digits in the decimal. We're going to read them as a regular number, 792. And then finally, look at the last digit in the decimal. The 2 is in the thousandths place. So the final answer is 415 and 792 thousandths.